Welcome. Brad's house. Nothing special. Just another dump in Long Beach. You know, I call home. Come on, we got lots of headaches today. My favorite. You gotta love these. When you come home, you know something's good. Everybody loves boxes. Let's go ahead and open it up, see what we got. My favorite. Bart, you're the man. Called this guy the other day, just out of the blue, because I believe he was a redline dealer. This car, I've had a few issues with. Running E85 or alcohol has caused my injectors to variously stop or not organically correctly work or something like that. Organically correctly work. In ferrous metals, I don't know to say the word right, but what it means is but what it means is two different types of metals. And when the alcohol gets in contact with the two different types of metals, it corrodes, and that corrosion causes them to actually stick. And that's the problem my car's had notoriously. It's funny who I called. I called Cletus. All you guys know Cletus down there in Florida. And he runs a very similar system to me with the same similar gas. And I said, hey, have you had injector problems? And do you do anything about it? And he said to me, I use Top Lube. Top Lube is a lubricant that you put in your fuel. Redline is similar to the Top Lube. Here's an alcohol fuel lubricant. So it does exactly what it says. And in my injector problem, with it being sticky, you're still gonna have corrosion. You're still gonna have that alcohol problem. But now, I'm lubricating that problem. And you know you don't want to have anything going in and out without lubrication. I mean, that's the key to keeping things lasting and making things work. We made 1,000 horsepower, and we would have easily made more. The reason why we didn't make 1,000 horsepower last time was injectors and fuel. Our injectors were too small, and our fuel system wasn't giving the injectors the right amount of fuel. Well, we replaced the injectors, we replaced the fuel system, and we took it back. I never replaced the torque converter. Bad problem. We went to the dyno. And on the dyno graph, but the car made power to a point and then just fell off. It was like a cliff. The tuner said, your torque converter, we blew through your torque converter. And I was like, oh, how much horsepower do we make? He's like, well, you would have made over 1,000 plus if the torque converter didn't blow. Perfect, I'm ready to go racing. Well, I kind of didn't listen to the you blew through the torque converter part. Today's biggest deal, rip that torque converter out, send it to the good guys in Lake Havasu, and they're gonna tighten up the torque converter. Before we get it torn out, we're gonna do a burnout. And I'm not necessarily doing a burnout because I want to, because these are on the slicks and I'm too lazy to change the other tires, but I want to make sure it's shifting. If it's shifting under a load, the transmission's fine, it's just the torque converter. So kind of doing a fake test and a burnout and let's just have some fun real quick. I tried to sit there and burn out, it just no, it just wants to launch. I think the transmission's fine. That was a bigger problem when we were in SEMA and stuff. I was trying to make it do what it's not meant to do. For everybody that's asked, that maybe didn't see the video or the explanation, this is a 4-link, and it was bought from Competition Engineering. So it's a Competition Engineering 4-link with a JEGS dual adjustable coilover. When I built this car, I built it so for like engineering ease, because you obviously know I'm not an engineer. First thing that's always in the way when you're reaching in and out of this car is the windshield. The windshield comes off just like that. They don't come cut in half, and they don't come this wide. I'll show you how much wider this one is than the factory one in a second. your bodies don't come off like this. But today we do. And here's where I'll show you where we extended it. This piece right here, you still see the cardboard still in there as a backer, but it was 6 inches wider. And that's so that the body could sit wider and so that it could clip on, kind of like an RC car. This reminds me the most of an RC car. That's what I like about it. And it's the ease of the RC car. Whoa, 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 whoa! Did you come over to help me work on my car?
Is that what this is? Do I need shoes?
Well, I heard you're like an engineer for like aerotronics or something, or aeronautics.
Something like that.
So you could figure out how to make this thing faster or fly?
I could figure out how to make it fly. I could do that.
Oh, then we on to something.
We just need a propeller and you to turn that engine around. If you want it. Why is everything back here broken?
This car runs, it just every time it goes faster it breaks stuff.
What's wrong with this now?
The torque converter. We're going to learn about torque converters today.
You don't even know how to spell torque converter.
T-O-R-Q-U-E V-E-R-T-E-R?
Bro, you forgot con. Bro, what you got to eat?
Are you kidding me?
No.
There's frozen burritos in there. There's tuna burritos. There's a kiwi.
So is it not hard to take this off?
Not very hard. Very easy. Very, very, very easy. Hardest thing is taking the drive shaft out.
This man's gonna show the children how to automobile the right way, huh?
Exactly. Well, so now that both halves are off, so all of my electrical is right here. So everything is super easy. And as well as you can fold this dash down like this and even make it even super easier. You take these clamps and loosen them, and this dash is on the same brackets as the steering wheel. Gary's gonna go raid the kitchen, obviously. He's obviously going to go get food out of the kitchen from the kids. So we'll pull the plug here, drop the fluid, and then you're gonna see me fight all these torque converter bolts because they're a bitch. So I have to pull the starter out to take these torque converter bolts out, and then I've got to pull the drive shaft off, which in this car is pretty simple. It's just these 4 bolts here, and the drive shaft slides backwards. Good thing about this is everything on this car is 9/16 and 1/2 inch. So you pretty much got to use 2 wrenches to take the whole car apart. I like to use 14 and 9/16 and 13 and 1/2 inches and rip these bolts out. And then Gary will probably be done eating and he can come help. So if you look at this, is that good? You see all this crap that's on here? That's not good. This is a magnet right here. And this magnet is supposed to take the clutch materials that are in the transmission and save them from going back around in the transmission. All that stuff, that goop that you've seen on there, was actually clutch material. So as much as the tranny is shifting right now, I think I'm gonna send it out to, and this is a bitch and plug because I love these guys, Mike's Transmission in Lancaster. So Mike's Transmission in Lancaster does what's called their Super 2-speed power glide. It's been in this car for 2 years and it has been flawless. You've seen me destroy the shit out of it. And I'm gonna send it up to them and let them just clean it up, freshen them up. Here's another relevant secret of how cheap BRAD is. So instead of buying the right size bolts, it's so funny when I run into shit, I just put fucking washers to make up for the space. Hey, 1,000 horsepower, all right? Don't trip. An all-American car with 9/16 and 1/2 inch and has 2 17s on the torque converter. That would be me. Did you find something to eat?
Yeah, I made a sandwich. The Nutella and peanut butter. I gotta swallow everything slow in the house because I don't know if I'm gonna die or if I'm gonna shit myself.
I'm gonna charge you for those.
For what?
The sandwiches, the Nutella.
The Nutella?
I'm gonna be like your grandma. Not 5 cents. The breads are 2 cents.
What?
Them breads are 2 cents, okay?
Okay.
Fuck the paper towel, you can have it for free.
Damn, I like the way you do business. That's like, this sandwich was like 2, 5. That's what? 5, 4, that's 9 cents for a sandwich?
Yeah. Oh, back in my day, they had like 15-cent hamburgers for a week or something, or like 30
Was
cent.
that during the Great Depression?
It was right after Vietnam.
My uncle served Desert Storm, ran over an IED. He said all he felt was his nuts rattle.
Did he get hurt?
Yeah, they blew it at Humvee. He got like a metal plate in his like head or something. He tight as fuck. Grandfather once got struck by lightning. He said, for quote, I was taking a bath in a bathtub. I had the window open. Lightning struck me and went right through my toe. I said, what? He's like, I saw the lightning come right through my big toe. I said, what? How you? I can't make this up, bro.
So this is the carriage that holds the transmission in the car. And as you can tell, it's all homemade. Well, I noticed this the other day because these bolts were loose. I'm like, how is it vibrating? Well, if you look, it's cracking. Besides, it's like actually flexing like this in between the frame rails. So before I put this part back in, I'm gonna plate from here to here and plate from here to here so that it takes up that stress. This is my cute little drive shaft. As you guys know, I think it's like the rule is 24 inches and more and you start losing power. So I'm allowing little tricks. I don't remember being this much hard to get out. There it goes. Yeah! Now that we have it all out, let's just go over what this thing is. This is like a clutch. This clutch here was designed when I had 570 horsepower and it slipped at 28 to 3200 RPMs, meaning somewhere between 28 and 3200 RPMs, it would actually, start going together. Now, when we went up to 1000 horsepower, the dyno guy basically said it was too loose and it was blowing through it, meaning it was letting go and it was spinning. Well, we figured that out. It did it. It showed it on the graph of the dyno. It showed it on the track with the numbers. And now we get to send this bad girl out. And what they'll do is they'll cut it open. You can see where it's all welded right here. They open this up and there's a bunch of plates. You can go to some YouTube thing about torque converters and see it. And they're gonna redo all those plates and make those plates all good. So 2 weeks from now, we should have a tranny back, a torque converter back, put it back in the car and send it. And the Cadillac motor's coming back in about 2 weeks too. So we might have 2 cars to go back together and we'll be down to 1 car on the list to get running, and that's the Tacoma. Stay tuned, we got a lot of shit. Thank you guys over at Mike's Transmission. Thank you guys at the Torque Converter shop in Lake Havasu. I think that's it. Until next time.
Like, subscribe, comment below, all that good stuff. You don't really have to, but if you want to see Brad do shit like this, drain chocolate milk out of his transfer case like a farmer trying to milk a brown cow.
I'm actually proud of you. He said transfer case. That's a 4-wheel drive thing. Transfer means from front to back. This is just a transmission. It just goes to the back. But I'm really proud of you because he doesn't even have a 4-wheel drive car.
I have a, listen, people on trannies like Eddie Murphy on a good Sunday.
I didn't pull the